Gist and Craft with Dumebi. And anyway, so I have a guest here, special guest with me, and his name is Mr. Spencer, Okoroafor, and he's the principal of Heritage Academy, Abuja. And I would like him to do also a little brief introduction and background of how long you've been teaching, and a little thing about yourself. Yeah. So over to you, Mr. Spencer.
Okay, thank you, Maybe. Thank you. Welcome, viewers. My name is Spencer Okoroafor, a teacher. I have been all my adult life for about 27 years now.
Wow.
That's all I've been doing, teaching.
Wow.
Both in the formal school setting, been in the church. That's what I do.
Wow.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome, sir, to our channel. And today we're going to be discussing an important topic: parental styles, the outcome and the impact on our children, and also our craft for today. We're going to be making a simple storybox made with paper. As I always say, you can do that for fun by yourself, you can do that with your children, you can do that with your friends, when you have sleepovers and all that. And all the materials we're going to be using today is glue, if you want to glue yours. I won't be gluing ours. And also, we used this last week, paper, A4 paper size. So if you have any A4 paper size or Origanmi paper that is shaped in an A4 size, that's perfect for you. Okay, and we'll delve into our topic for today: parental styles. I'll do a little brief introduction just to simplify it. Parental style is just a strategy and a way a parent decides to raise their child, in whether it's this generation or the generations before. It's just a methodology parents use to raise their children. And sometimes I've noticed that parents don't even have any form of training, or they don't go to school, just like how I studied engineering, or this is how to make a egusi soup. There's a procedure. These are things they acquire from their own parents, or what they pick up or absorb from the environment where they are, and from what their friends or whoever uses each method. So there's no proper or defined training people use. So that's why we're bringing this topic here, to give parents. It's a broad topic, but we're just going to simplify it so parents can have an idea how to adjust and become better parents. And if you're a better parent, you will have better children. And I'm also of the motive that we are who we are because of the way we are raised. Don't you think so, Mr. Spencer?
Well, in a way.
Okay. Why do you say in a way?
In a way, well, there's this controversy, or they call it a nature-nurture controversy.
Yeah.
Where people have always argued over the years whether it is hereditary or whether it's environment that shape the person. Yeah. And the fact of the matter is that both play a part.
Definitely.
So that's why I say it's not entirely what happens around you. There are also some inbuilt things that will come with.
Yes.
So it's just now to what extent do they, but the two interplay actually.
Yeah, and I think this is a conversation. Every time I have a conversation, another topic comes up. This should be a topic, because I also feel, as you're talking about it now, somehow the environment also plays a role in the innate ability. Like, you see somebody who is supposed to be quiet, especially if you grew up in Lagos or something, somehow the environment has an influence on who you are. So this is a big topic on itself. So we have ourselves a new topic. So delving back to our topic today, parental styles, please, I would like you to talk to us about it, the types and all that. And I also love examples as well. So parents, because sometimes when you just use English, they also want to know examples of experiences you've had as a principal. So I guess you see this every time, even in counseling for parents. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Well, parenting is leadership.
Okay.
And so all the widely acknowledged styles of leadership also apply to parenting. And basically there are about 4 styles
Yeah.
of parenting. The authoritarian is
Yeah.
one, then the authoritative, then the uninvolved. Some also call them, the permissive,
Yeah.
and then the uninvolved.
Yes.
So when you look at them, just like what you said, you may not even know which one you're applying at any point in time. Of course, it's people who have taken time to research that came up with these designations.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, you may also find out that you may not be applying only one style. In fact, for me, I think one style may not work for every child, and that's very key.
Yeah.
So, but for the authoritarian, it simply means that you, the parent, you make and enforce the rules. The rules are given for the children. They have no input. They don't have any say. They are to be, just like what they say in the civil service, they are to be seen, not heard. So the parents make the rules and decide on the consequences of breaking the rules. And when those rules are broken, the consequences apply without any restriction, without any reservation.
Yeah.
So that's about the authoritarian. But like I did say, we may need to do more researches, because some of these researches that we are hanging on to make these conclusions haven't been very exhaustive. Of course, they have not taken into consideration every child on the planet.
Yes.
And I say this because no 2 children are the same. If you have even only 2, like I do, you know that the 2 of them are not the same. In fact, even our biological twins don't end up being the same personalities.
Yes, yeah.
So in effect, there's actually no one size fits all.
Yeah.
So, and that's why I say sometimes you may need to take a little from here, a little from here, depending on the circumstances, depending on the time, depending even on the space where you are, and all the rest of them. But like we say, the authoritarian makes all the rules.
Okay, so it's more like a military regime.
Yes.
Military regime.
Yes. So
I don't want to call names.
you make all the rules and decide on the consequences, and then enforce them to the letter.
Yes. And what about the authoritative?
Yeah, the authoritative makes the rules still, but gets input from the children.
Yes.
So there's a conversation.
Yeah, communication going on between. Yes.
There's negotiation, if you like. And then when all these things happen and the rules and the consequences have been agreed on, then implementation goes on.
Yeah.
And what it does too is it gives people accountability, because you are accountable and you were part of the decision in a way.
Yeah.
So you are accountable to ensure that you keep to this. And
okay.
Yeah.
So for the authoritative, I heard you mention that they are already set of rules, but while they are setting rules, you also have conversation, communication as well. So even if you make mistakes and there are communication, this is why this rule was set.
And what it does is you make the children own these rules.
Yeah.
They buy into it, because they are, that's the human nature. Sometimes part of parenting is that we often don't look at the children for who they really are. They are humans. They are just small people. So the same things that apply to adults apply to them in their own way. Just like in the workplace, there are rules that you make without input from the employees that there will be disaster. So, but sometimes we think that children are just to be seen, but they are also small people. Like I said, they are humans. So the same sentiments, same
emotions,
same emotions that we have, they have them.
Yes.
They may have them in their own way, but that doesn't remove their humanness from them.
So, before we delve into permissive and uninvolved, can you give me like an experience you've had at work, even at home, for maybe authoritarian style of parenting. Is there any experience you've had of a parent that has done that? And also, I would like real life examples for the authoritarian, authoritative, and as we discuss the others. Are there any examples?
Maybe not any specific example at this material time, but one of the things about authoritarian is that it breeds children who, even if they are obeying you, they are obeying the rules. They are not obeying the rules because, they are just obeying the rules to avoid the consequences.
Punishment, yes.
Because it's about pleasing you, just to please you. And what it means is that when you are not there, when they can get away with it, they will break the rules.
And they are those kind of people will probably end up being self-centered. Do they end up being self-centered?
Maybe not necessarily self-centered, but they may. If you grow up under an authoritarian regime, you may also at the end become authoritarian yourself.
Good.
Because
and rebellious as well.
Yes, that's the word. They can be rebellious because this is just about you. So when it suits them to obey you, they do, and when it doesn't, they go out of their way. So it can breed rebellion because, like we say, they don't have ownership.
Yes.
They don't feel it's just you. You decided all that.
This is about you. They don't think, even though. Yes. Sometimes, the last conversation we had, we were talking about communication being key in parenting, because you don't tell them, this is why I set these rules.
Style,
yes,
but the authoritarian, that's the one thing with the authoritarian, it doesn't explain reasons for the consequences for the rules. It's just, this is how I want it.
And do it.
But for the authoritative, you can take time to explore, look at all the issues. Why do we need to do this? It's for your good. Okay, like you, let me give an example. There was a case in the school where I worked with some time ago. A teacher complained that one of the pupils, a 5-year-old, was, fond of climbing his chair. So, and she had done all she could, flogging, she had done all she thought she could do, and there was no result. So she was a bit, overwhelmed. So when I went into the class and I called the child, I said, Chidera, I was told that you like climbing your chairs. Is it true? He owned up. I said, okay, you know what we are going to do? I'm going to withdraw this chair from you. Because if you keep climbing it, you may fall off, break an arm and a neck, and watch something, and it will not be good for you, nor for us, nor for your parents. So to avoid that, I'm going to take the chair. You will stand till the close of school today. Then let's see how it goes. I didn't do any other thing. That was all I did. So I took the chair. In fact, few seconds later, when I got to the office, I saw somebody crying into the office, and it was Chidera. I said, Chidera, what's the problem? He said, please, I will not climb the chair again. Please, I don't want to stand.
Can you imagine?
I said, are you really sure? And he agreed, So I gave him back the chair, and we didn't hear about that problem anymore.
Again,
So, and that's what we mean when a child knows that there's something in it for him, because the authoritarian is just, this is how I want it. You don't even let the child know that there's an advantage for him. So for him, it's just you are just satisfying your ego or whatever.
My children do what I say.
Exactly. So but the authoritative will take time to explain things to you, that these are the consequences. If you do this is what may result. So you see clearly that you are part of why the rules were made. Because sometimes we feel that rules are just made to favor the maker of the rule. But when you explain things, and that's where the buy-in comes in. And that's why it's easier to, people to obey rules when they have a buy-in, and when they understand that that rule has something to do with them. Okay, so that's about the authoritative and then the authoritarian.
Then the uninvolved and permissive.
The permissive, the rules are made, but implementation is usually a problem. And you know, one thing with children, like I said, we often forget that they are people, they are human beings, they are just small people. And the tendencies of human beings are in them as well. And one of the tendencies of the natural man is to take advantage. Self-centeredness is an integral part of being human, and that's actually what part of education, training helps us to, but it's inbuilt.
Yeah.
Self first is inbuilt.
Yes.
The
so, id, yeah.
Exactly. So if you are a permissive parent, the children will take advantage of you when you make rules and you don't stick to those rules. You waver. They will in fact, this is part of the challenge we have. Like when I interact with teachers in training, I say it applies in the homes too. Don't threaten what you will not do. If you touch that TV, I will spank you. And then the child touches that TV, you don't spank.
And you notice they look at you and they are touching it.
That's why
they're looking at you to see your reaction.
They are humans. They probe you. And
even as little as they are, 1 year, so more.
They are human. If sometimes, like you say, people are innocent. There's no innocent child. They are. This is not a religious gathering, but we are all falling. We have issues. You understand? And these things, even 2-year-old, when he's doing something wrong, he knows.
Yeah.
And that's why when he sees you understand. Yeah, so that's the truth. It's not they know. They often know the wrong thing and the right thing. And that's why rules are very, very important.
And parents say, oh, it's little.
But exactly. Really? But when you begin to, waver, when you are not standing on the rules, they will exploit it. And some parents will say, children are children, it's just a child. No. Children are not just children, they are humans too.
And sometimes, to add something to permissive parenting, the parents tend to want to be their child's friend, maybe because they are coming from an authoritarian home, so they feel my mother was not my friend, my father was not my friend, so I want to be my child's friend, so I want to give them room.
Yeah, and that's why sometimes you hear the children say, you are not my friend again. They even say it to their parents. And some parents become, broken-hearted because they, just like you say, they want to be friends. Of course, you have to be a friend to your child, but you have to be a parent first.
Yes.
You need to be a parent, exactly. Yes. So if you sacrifice parenting for friendship, there's a problem. So, and that's what permissive parents do, and the children exploit it. Oh, it's a child, they will outgrow it, and this, but it doesn't always, happen. And then the uninvolved, I wouldn't even call them parents, maybe just only to the extent that they are biologically giving birth to children. Because it simply means, I call it parenting in absentia. When you are not even there, and like in these days, many parents have outsourced parenting to other people, house helps, nannies and all the rest. They
just make sure they provide the basic needs for you. Your school fees is paid, you want this, that's it, and they are not involved.
And it goes beyond that, And children are to be groomed. It's not all those things they are important. They are necessary, but not sufficient to be a successful parent.
Okay, so we're going to talk about the outcome. We've spoken about the outcome of the authoritarian. The authoritarian, now the outcome is what? We have rebellious children. We also have children who don't give room. I feel they're also the kind of people that when you're working for them, you have to do, they are cholerics, kind of. You have to do it my way. They don't like people to give them ideas. What are the other outcomes, please? Authoritarians, yes, the outcome, likely outcome for authoritarian, one or two outcomes, then for uninvolved and permissive, then we'll do our craft. Sorry, sir.
Yeah, like you say, the authoritarian is not the very best of them. It creates in the child, a selfish tendency, inability to work as a group, And yet in the real, like I ask, like I always tell people, you say education is about making a child to fit into the real life. And in real life, in the world of employment, people want team players. People want people who will listen to
other
other people's
ideas,
opinions, collaborate and
Yes.
sift through it, and be willing to let go of theirs in the face of a superior one. But that's not the kind of a child that who grew up under that parenting. For him, is what Igbo people call Zonyabolam. Don't tell me I know it, or and it doesn't augur well for relationships. Then for the permissive, like we said, you make them feel that they can always exploit situations to their advantage. So they're always looking for avenues to exploit the situation for their own selfish, and looking for how to break the rules. That's the word, to manipulate their way through. Even when they know that these are the rules, but they find a way to, truncate it, to undermine it, and of course, again, that's not very good. It doesn't make, because when people begin to see that you're exploitative and manipulative, it doesn't augur well for good relationships. Then, well, for the uninvolved, like I said, they are not even parenting anything, because at the end of the day, the child is the product of those people they have outsourced.
Are they set rules for uninvolved? Do they set rules?
Yeah, that's what we're saying. If they are not even involved, they are just, where are they? They are not even available. They are not available. They are uninvolved. So the rules may come even from those they have outsourced them to. Because even if you say the rules and you are not there to implement, so the rules are as good as non-existent. So and the rules may even be interpreted according to the whims and caprices of the people who you have outsourced it to. So it's as good as no rules at all, for the uninvolved. And again, it creates that feeling of a child can do whatever he likes, There's no authority figure. So even when you go to the workplace, anywhere you go, you want to be your own lord, because you are not used to anybody telling you what to do. Because the challenge is that even if you employ people, employ them to do the parenting for you, the tendency is that they are also being careful. There are steps, there are measures that rational people may not take against a child because of the fear of their parents. So even when it's for the good of the child, say, my madam, if I don't know, I want this job, I don't want to be sacked. So, and again, especially with older children, they exploit that. In fact, we have seen cases of children threatening their house, helps, of reporting them to their parents, and in fact, like when we were in school, one time a child actually told the driver, "You are sacked," and he knew what that means. So there's no time. A parent is a parent. That's the truth of the matter. Somebody else doing it on your behalf. It doesn't.
Yes.
It will not. That's why we say to them, even in the school, teachers are just standing in for you. Scripturally, training a child at that age, is a parental responsibility. So when you now give it to somebody else, you must be in sync with the person.
Because also the other person also has their own values, and you are putting into the child.
Two of you must agree on what needs to be done with that child. But just like what you said, for the permissive, I've paid the school fees, how much is this, a lesson fee, all those things, they pay and go. When you call for PTA meeting, you will not see them. When you call for student-led conference, you will not see them. As far as they are concerned, they have fulfilled their obligations. So that's not very good for the child. It doesn't bring a balanced child. But like I said, the uninvolved is the worst of them all.
Okay, so which is the best? But before we continue, let's make our craft. What color do you want? I think I want yellow. What color do you want? I like bright colors. Blue. Okay, you can have blue. So we're making our craft. Remember, as I said, we're making our storage, our little mini storage box. So first of all, we have our rectangular shapes, and we can do that together while we're having the conversation. So fold into 2 equal parts. So you were saying something?
Yeah.
We were talking about, I was asking you which is the best method of parenting. Because it seems authoritative seems to have the highest score.
Yeah, it does. But like I also said, it may not be the only one. Because children differ. There are children that at some point in time you may need to be authoritarian.
Okay.
There are some children that at some point in time you allow for some permissiveness. For them to do something, fail, and see the consequences.
So, but that's what I feel authoritative does as well. Because since there's communication, they let you also go and explore, and they come back and discuss, is this what happened? In fact, I don't know if I should be talking about this. I had one private conversation. So my mom didn't know about it, and I spoke, she said, it's good. So now you know you shouldn't stay outside this late. You know that this you should. So they let you experience things, and you talk about it, and they find a way around it. I feel authoritative actually covers these other things.
Oh yeah, well, people are agreed that authoritative is the best, of them.
Yeah.
But like I said too, there may be time. Just like, okay, let me say this. Like in the workplace, it's not every rule that your employer makes that he negotiates with the employees.
Yes.
There are givens. There are givens. There are rules that you don't need employee to come and have input. That's why I say that sometimes too, there may be a mix. But in all of it, we can say that authoritative gives the best result, or is the best approach to parenting.
Yeah. So Igwe, which one do you use?
Like I said, the 2 children I have are not the same. So most times we try to be authoritative, but also sometimes you have to
stand your ground, yes,
and
insist on certain things,
no matter how the children feel about it. Because again, they are children, the experiences also, they have limitation in the experiences. So it's not every time that you need to involve them and have input from them in some things. So we try to be as authoritative as we can, and then when we have to throw in a little dose of authoritarianism, we also do.
Okay. I've done the second one. I've gone past you.
Wow.
Okay. Remember, the 2, you're going to fold a little here.
Okay, for the
then,
first.
Yes, then you fold this way. So, but for your own parents, what did they use?
Well, I don't even know, but I think they were more authoritarian.
Okay.
They were more authoritarian.
And do you think females, like father and mother, they both have, because we are coming from different backgrounds, I think they also have their different, I think my father had a little bit of, authoritarian, then a little bit of authoritative. There were a mix-up for me, my father. Because sometimes he just tells you, do this. He doesn't tell you why you should do this. Then sometimes he has that authoritarian. But my mom was more of authoritative. So 2 parents can have 2 different...
The truth of the matter is that scripturally, mother and father are not the same.
Okay, we're going to turn them.
Male and female have different makeups. And I think it was for a good reason that God made them male and female. Yeah. The way a mother relates with a child is not the way the father relates with a child. So their styles are different.
So are you saying because you're a father, it's likely you might employ a different...
The natural tendency is for fathers to be authoritarian.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a natural tendency. But
So
maybe
and that's why they are not really close to their children.
That's why I say
so
that.
Please, fathers, try and have a blend of authoritative.
Yeah, mothers are more attuned to that style than fathers.
So we're going to talk it into that place. Okay. Oh, I've never really, in fact, we're talking this into this whole.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And I've never thought about it except now we're having a conversation. This thing you just said now, that fathers could have a different way. Yeah. So one of the major things I've also learned is, please, there should be set rules when you're raising your children. There should be set rules. Not just set rules. There also, you can also let the children know this should go into years. So the children should also have wants they contribute. Like I know in schools, I worked in a school for a little while. I still work with schools. I'm going to talk about, I have a business page. We're going to talk about that later. So I still work with schools. Teachers tell them, okay, let's set our rules. They are the ones to say, don't make noise. Always trash your dirt in the bin. They are the ones that even bring up these things. And so let your children also have input in the set rules. And what else did we talk about?
Like I said too, they will not make all the rules.
Of course, no, they can't.
Because if they do, they will make the ones that will impede your work. And that's why you still have to throw in your authority as the teacher and make some, that they may not like, but that needs to be.
Yes. So there should be balance.
Yeah, there should be balance. Yeah.
And communication. You can't, even communication when you're grown up, when you're still a child, communication is key. Communication is key.
In every relationship.
Yeah.
Communication is key.
Yes.
In every relationship.
Instead of a one-way thing.
In every relationship.
Let me see if I can help you.
In
I think your this part
communication
is big, and I don't know why. That's why it's not entering. But let's see. Mine has gone in. It's not. So there's some form of
something went wrong.
Yes. So we'll find out. Is your paper bigger? Let's see if we can
make it small. It doesn't seem to be full. Yeah, it seems wider. Maybe it's from the cutting of the paper.
Yeah, I need them cut it. Sorry.
Excuse me.
Sorry. Okay. Let's see how we can. I think it's a cutting of the paper. So we'll just find a way around it. Let's see. I think you can even fold twice. Let's see. The goal is just to make it enter here.
Okay.
So I just fold them twice. Would help. It's almost there. This one has one too. It's almost there. Okay.
I think it is.
Yeah. Just this edge. Mine is later.
The female touch.
Well, there's some people that I don't think it's female touch.
Okay.
Okay, I think
What do you think it is?
I don't know. I've been doing this for a while.
Okay.
I'm into crafting, so. Okay, so fold this way. Make sure to use that line and crease.
Sorry. Okay. This way, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
This way.
Yes, crease. We're making use of this line here.
Yes.
Okay, so are there any other thing you would like to chip in? If not,
well, just to say that parenting is a serious business.
Yes, so and people rushing into marriage to have kids.
We should know that it's a serious business and prepare our minds for it. It's not a tea party.
And every day I feel because you have two different different personalities. Every day you even learn on how to handle each child.
Of course, it's just like what you say about marriage. You are given certificate at the beginning because you will never graduate. So it's actually no graduation in parenting. You just keep going until the children leave you and you find their feet somewhere on their own.
Okay, have you done that? Okay. So we'll just find where is mine is already.
The goal here is to bend it, right?
Yes, sir. Sometimes once you arrange it, you notice it starts tilting towards one direction. Yes. Which one is yours? Yeah, your own is tilting towards the side, so it just starts. Oh, this our video is long. I was hoping for a 25-minute video. Wow.
You will hit it now. Yeah, it's long.
Okay, so we are just. Oh, yours. Oh, mine has not adjusted. It was easy, right? Yeah. How come you finished before me? Mine is still trying to adjust.
The mere touch now.
Okay, so thank you very much, sir, for coming on our channel.
For having me.
Yes, we're glad to have you. And remember, he's Mr. Spencer Okoroafor from Heritage Academy, Abuja. And we'd like to have you here some other time. There's a topic, when I was thinking of that topic, I thought of you, I need to have you. I like the way you used to have your conversation. When we're talking about dating, he's going to be here. We'll have other people as well. And thank you for watching. Kindly like, subscribe, and comment. And also share to your friends, family. And also check us out on our Instagram page, gistandcraftwithdumebi. Thank you. Bye. And if you also, before I forget, sorry, if you try this project, please send me pictures and show us different things. And you can actually have some decors, cut out things and put here to decorate them. Thank you.